Christine Regan Lake here. Hope all is well. So I continue my discussions on the 18 schemas that humanity struggles with. So today I wanted to talk to you about grandiosity. So grandiosity and feelings of entitlement. So essentially what this is a schema where individuals believe they have this grandiose idea that they are somehow more privileged than other people, that they are entitled to things that others aren't. People with grandiosity or entitlement schema typically think that they are above the law, the rules don't apply to them, they can do whatever they want, and they can basically take advantage of people. They tend to be people who are disconnected from their emotions, and they tend to be unempathetic. So essentially, the only thing that matters is their needs. You will find this schema in narcissists. So narcissists tend to have that belief that they are better than everybody else, that everybody is there just to simply serve their needs. People with the entitlement schema tend to have very poor discipline. This will be someone who will spend their way into bankruptcy because they have no self-control. They believe that they're entitled to whatever they want, and they don't care about the consequences. So when dealing with someone with an entitlement schema, a grandiose schema, it's really important for you to establish boundaries, to make sure that, you're not being taken advantage of, to make sure that your needs are being met. People with the grandiose entitlement schema, like I said, they don't have empathy for other people. The only thing that really matters is their needs. The world revolves around them, and everyone is there to serve and meet their needs. Relationships with people who have grandiose or entitlement schema are extremely imbalanced. The other person is expected to carry the entire weight of the relationship and meet the needs of the person who has this grandiose schema. So, at a certain point, like at a certain level, each of us, our ego, we do need to feel significant. It is important to know that, like, you have, to have self-worth, and to know that you're worthy, and you have a right to expect to be treated with dignity and respect and honor. But grandiose and entitlement, it's just this extreme energy of just entitlement and thinking that that basically the world owes you something. You basically have a huge chip on your shoulder, and you think that people, the world, life owes you something, and that you're just entitled to it. It should just be sent your way. You don't have to work for it. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to you don't have to break a sweat to create the life that you want. It should just be handed to you on a silver platter. Dealing with people who have entitlement or grandiosity, dealing with narcissists can be incredibly exhausting and draining, because they'll suck your energy. They just have a constant and never-ending need for you to serve them, nourish them, feed them, provide them with energy, entertainment, whatever it is that they want. And don't expect to get it back, because it's all about them. Your needs don't matter. Your needs are just kind of a secondary thing, and if they get met, that's fine, but if they actually have to do any work for it, then it's probably not going to happen. So if you understand, or if you start realizing that you have connections, friendships, family dynamics, lovers, people who you're engaging with who have this entitlement grandiosity schema, you might seriously evaluate how you choose to interact with this person. Being engaged with someone who has this schema is incredibly exhausting, emotionally, spiritually. It could be financially if they're, taking advantage of you, things like that. You just really want to pay attention to the behaviors and how people are interacting with you. And, healthy relationships have an equal amount of energy going back and forth between the two people. Yeah, there'll be times when someone's under stress and someone may give a little more, but basically there's equal effort going back and forth from person to person. It's like kind of playing like ping pong. The energy goes back and forth or whatever, and it's not just one person giving and giving and giving and giving. And when you are engaged with someone who has grandiosity and entitlement, you can be sucked dry, emotionally, physically, financially, and eventually you're going to become resentful. It's very important to pay attention to the people in your sphere of influence, how they interact with you. Is your energy, when you engage with someone, is your energy increased? Does the energy level go up? Do you get excited, inspired, nourished? Or do you find that you're exhausted and drained and you're left just feeling, heavy by the time you leave this person, or, stop the connection with them, whatever. Really pay attention to the energy. But the grandiosity and entitlement schema, it's very detrimental to relationships because it's such an egocentric schema. The person who's holding that schema has just such a chip on their shoulder. It's so arrogant, so egotistical. It's really a turnoff. And if you feel that like any of this resonates and that you think, oh, maybe I may have a little bit of this entitlement, whatever, really take a look at that. Go back to your childhood. Start seeing where that chip on your shoulder came from. Who taught you that? What was the lesson? What was the experience that made you think that somehow you're better than everybody else? People are beneath you. They owe you. Entitlement mentality, entitlement schema, and grandiosity is such a repulsive energy. In the beginning, you may be able to attract people, but really ultimately you'll end up just pushing people away because people get disgusted by the arrogance and the shallowness of it and just the self-absorbed energy of that. So, if you are engaging with people who have this characteristics, or if you find or believe that you are exhibiting any of these beliefs, you might really want to take a hard look in the mirror and see what you need to tweak, because in the end, people get really fed up and disgusted with that kind of energy, and they eventually walk away, and you will eventually end up alienating all the people that really cared about you because they just get sick of it. It's such a, entitlement mentality is victim mentality, and victim mentality has a very repulsive energy to it. It pushes people away. It's just kind of this gross, entitled, poor me mentality, and people it gets really, really old, and people get fed up and they will walk away. And so you will eventually end up isolating and alienating many, many people in your sphere of influence. So I hope you found value in that. That was the entitlement and the grandiosity schema. I hope you found value. Have a great day. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Thanks. Bye.